engine management light on. So let's scan the codes and find out why. The OBD port is just under here, just under there like that. So quick scan. A quick Google of that code, and it seems to come up something to do with the positive crankcase ventilation. Now usually you have another code if it's the short to ground. Mine is coming up with just that one code, so I actually think it is probably just down to this pipe that I've already pre-ordered. So I'll put all this in the descriptions below. So where a lot of cars it's easy to get to, Mercedes in their wisdom have got it underneath here, so we've got to remove some of this to actually access it. Crankcase ventilation sort of comes around here to this bit of the engine and all the way back to here, so we've got to start removing some of this. Just remove the cover. So I know we're going to have to remove the computer. I'm just seeing what else we need to do. So I might have to remove this. So let's start with the computer. So while recording this, I realised I haven't actually told you what the symptoms are. Now the symptoms are a bit of rough running, especially when it's on a tick over. So not quite as rough as if you were having a misfire, bit more like just a lumpy tick over. Before we do any work on the computer, any of the electrical system, I'm just going to disconnect the battery. So on here, just disconnect the negative. So a little tab in underneath. Little tab on the top there. Just pull those both at the same time. So onto this plug, you've got like a bit of a grey locking pin on the top. Pull that up like that, and then that comes off. Got just a clip holding it on here. You just pull that off. It's a metal like spring clip, just pushes down here and grabs it in place. So it's a bit hard to remove. I'll get that off and then I'll put it back in there for when I'm refitting. Same with this clip. Clip front and back, and then that's the ECU out of the car. So the rest of this is pushed in to some rubber grommets. So again, some clips in the front and back. I just slide the screwdriver down and remove like such. So here's the pipe we're changing. That's pushed in here just behind the bracket. Just up here I can feel a clip. So I'm going to try and remove that without removing the rest of this. So I think I'm going to have to remove the intercooler to get to the bottom pipes. So just I can touch the pipe, but I don't think I can actually get any tools on it without removing the intercooler. So let's try and remove it from here. So just an E11. Okay, so disconnect it at the throttle body. So we used an E11 for these. Right, disconnect this plug. So just pull up and pull up. So as usual, you think you've got the right tools, but you always need a different one. So onto a Torx Allen key. So Now these bolts are undone, don't need to touch the throttle body. You can just pull this off. As I've loosened that clamp, you can pull that off there. Pull that pipe out. So at the moment we've not drained off anything, any liquid off. So just pulling that to the side because we're not changing the actual intercooler. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 down there. The camera in. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Down here's the 4th, and down there's another all 4 to remove this bracket. So I'm just going to remove this just for access, so we can see the pipe now. So there's the connector. There's the pipe coming down here. So just for access, I'm just going to remove this. So the clip at the top is just here. So just need to remove this air pipe. So that's you just put a screwdriver in there, just prise that up and then like that, and then pull it down. So I've got the, just here you can see we've got the clip here, so I'm going to try and do the top first. So to get to the one at the top, I used one of these. I'm sure you've seen them before, so I can tighten it up. I couldn't get those on, so I've just released that and then pull the pipe down. So I'm going to try and do the same on the bottom. I can't actually get the camera in to show you. Got the bottom clamp off again using like the spring clip. So let's just try and get that. And then down here we've got another one of those plugs. So just remove the same way, pull the clip up. So, and that's the old pipe out. So sorry I couldn't actually show you getting the camera in there, but you get these sort of pipe clip pliers. I'll put a link in the description, and you sort of get them onto the clip, pull them nice and tight, and then that opens the clip so you can pull them off. When you're putting it back, you want to put this bit of rubber over the bracket here. So just transfer the clips from the old one onto the new one. Make sure I get them on the same way so that I can get the pipe on and off. So let's try and refit this. So we've got the clip on the back. We've got the clip down here. So all we're going to do now is plug it in and put everything else back. So the big question is, I've changed that part, but did it actually fix the job? Well, if you look here, I've done 6,000 miles. I actually did the job 6 months ago, so I've done 6,000 miles. Engine's been off for 2,000 of those, being a plug-in hybrid. So that's 4,000 miles running on petrol or gas if you're in America. And as you can see, there is no warning light, and I've also scanned it with a scanner. So I'll take that as a success, and the job is done. Cheers.